Hello, welcome to another video. And as I'm doing this video, it's very, very late. It's actually almost about 11 o'clock at night, and I'm very, very tired. But there's the Xbox E3 press briefing that's just happened, and I'm late. I'm tired, so I'm going to be making little slip-ups like that. But if I think it's late now, and I'm going to be getting tired, then what about the Bethesda press conference, which is at 1:30 a.m. in Britain? And if all goes to plan, I'm planning to stay up and watch that, make a video and get that online before going to bed. Yeah. But then tomorrow night there's the Square Enix at 2 a.m. and Devolver Digital at 4 a.m. Is it 4 a.m. or 3 a.m.? I think it's actually 4 a.m. So that's going to be crazy late. I can't stay up that late, surely. So the Xbox E3 press briefing, it's usually like the last few years, it's certainly been the biggest one worth watching. PlayStation, Sony, they normally have a press briefing kind of thing, but last year it started off interestingly enough with the Last of Us 2 whole setup in like a barn, and then it moved to, well, they spent 20 minutes doing nothing after that while they set up another place, and it ended up just been a bit of a damp squib after that. As for 2019, Sony's presence at E3 is just zero. They've just not bothered this year. They've not bothered turning up. So, I mean, what are they going to show? Xbox have loads of games. Sony probably shows some of the same games. Obviously, they've got nothing new to show, Sony. We're at this point, we're looking at the next generation of consoles, the 9th generation, and they're all going to be coming out Christmas 2020. That's been confirmed by Xbox today for their next one. I'll get onto that in a bit. But Sony will have their presumably called the PlayStation 5. That is going to come presumably Christmas next year as well. So it's all going to hit at the same time. So that's going to be quite an interesting time. Xbox E3 was classed as a press briefing. Yet briefing wasn't very brief. It's like about 90 minutes, just over 90 minutes. A lot of information to get through, but it's more like a longing than a briefing. Anyway, why is it Xbox always seem to spend a lot of money on their set, with a whole load of sort of PCs set up around the whole set, with just doing nothing but showing a single logo on the screen for a brief time? It just seems a complete waste of time. One of the most interesting things that came across in this press briefing was the Xbox Game Pass, which I've never bothered with on my Xbox, because I've got an Xbox One S. I had Xbox Live years ago, and I used to, well, many years ago, I'm talking like over 15 years ago, and I used it to a degree. Well, not I used the Game Pass, so Xbox Live. I used it to a degree. I probably said Xbox Live before, and I'm making little slip-ups now because I'm very, very tired, because it's 11 o'clock at night. Did I say that? And how long it'll be by the time I've edited this and got it up online? Even later. So anyway, Xbox Game Pass. I just never got into. I kind of got a bit fed up with playing games online. It was okay for a bit, but nothing I was going to do on a long-term basis. I'm not really into multiplayer games, but single player is where it's at for me. I always like to play with myself. Anyway, Xbox Game Pass. Now, I understand it's about £8 a month on Xbox One. I think, am I right? Not sure whether you can get like an annual Game Pass. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I've forgotten that. Now, The Verge were reporting earlier on that it was going to be £4 a month on PC. So £8 on Xbox One and £4 on PC. That's interesting. But then they announced it as $10 on the night. So tonight, $10 is about the equivalent of £8. My phone's gone off. Recognise my face, damn you. Then I went to Xbox's own site and it said £4. Well, $3.99. But the first month is £1. That's great. I've got to give that a try, definitely. Then again, I kept meaning to try the Xbox Game Pass for £1 on the Xbox One S, and I just never got around to it. Then my PlayStation's always hooked up, my PS4. I just never get around to hooking up the Xbox One very much. Unless there's a game that I have to play on it, which I can't get for the PlayStation 4 or PC. But PC first, then PS4, then Xbox One is the choice for me. Anyway, this £1 thing, since my PC is always on, I'll definitely try that on there. But as for the £4 thing, it's going to be an introductory period. Have I got hassle? Sorry, I thought I got heckled by my boiler, but my boiler, I switched it off so I didn't get heckled by it. But my fridge is making a noise because that's freezing things. So yeah, that's what distracted me a minute ago. So anyway, I'm not sure how long this introductory period at £4 a month is going to last for. They didn't, they weren't very clear on that, and didn't really say on their website from what I could gather. Now I'm interested at £4 a month, maybe even £5, but £8 a month. I don't know whether I'd use it regularly because I've got a zillion TV shows and films to watch, a zillion games to play, a zillion, as well as all the new stuff that Xbox brought out tonight. I've got a whole load of indie stuff coming out, including lots of ZX Spectrum and ZX Spectrum Next games. So got to do all that and try and fit in work and sleep at the same time. And also, what happened to the Microsoft HoloLens? That soon got forgotten about. So we had 60 games, including 34 premiering on Game Pass. And I say premiere, not premiere. Where the hell did premiere come into it? Premiere. It's premiere. How the hell does that translate to premiere? So just running through the games that we had on there tonight. There's The Outer Worlds, which is out on October 25th and looks like some sort of space exploration game. It sort of came and went. I didn't really pay much attention to that. It didn't really sort of quite grab me. The company Ninja Theory, they made a game called Bleeding Edge with a 4x4 beat-em-up combat with characters from Hellblade and Devil May Cry. Maybe there'll be more characters from other games, I don't know, but they didn't sort of give any further details. That'll be on the Xbox Game Pass, as is pretty much most of the things on this. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. We've seen a trailer or two for that before. I mean, that looks absolutely gorgeous. I want to play that. I didn't play the previous game. That kind of passed me by. But again, maybe with this Xbox Game Pass, I'll just maybe actually give more games a try. Because if you're either going to pay full price for it or just not buy it at all, I'm more inclined to give it a try if I can just pay a few quid a month. We'll see. Anyway, that's out on February the 11th, 2020. If you're into Minecraft, unlike me, there's Minecraft Dungeons. It sort of mixes modern graphics with the Minecraft style. That'll be I think that's on Xbox One and PC. That's with the Game Pass as well, as is most things. That's got 4-player local and online co-op, and that's out spring 2020. Then Xbox's Phil Spencer came on stage, not the bloke from Channel 4's Location. Some more gameplay for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, again showing Forrest Whitaker from Rogue One, because this game happens in between Episode 3 and Rogue One. Both Episode 3 and Rogue One were pretty decent films. Obviously Episode 1 was just bloody awful, and then after that where does Solo fit into that? Let's just forget about Solo, that was bloody awful. Then we also had a game called Blair Witch, obviously set about the Blair Witch Project, set in September '96. Now, the name was given away by the subtitles on Twitch, which just they were sort of playing and named the game. And the only time it happened though, they were sort of gave that away during the Star Wars trailer. That'll be Blair Witch will be on Xbox Game Pass. But like Star Wars trailer and like a number of these things, it didn't give any sort of proper gameplay. It just sort of gave like a sort of CGI trailer kind of thing. So yeah, I'd rather actually know what the game's going to be about and what the game's going to look like to play. Cyberpunk 2077 that was shown again. Now it looked nice and flashy, but it didn't really tell us much about what actually happens in the game, other than the main guy is transporting an electronic chip from A to B at considerable risk to himself. The trailer. What's a trailer? It's like a tree. It's like a trailer with a tree in the middle of it. No, a teaser. I meant not a trailer. A teaser also had a lot of fruity language, but that was bleeped out. Flipping Nora. However, what was interesting is that Keanu Reeves is in the game. Yeah, Ted from Bill and Ted. I couldn't remember them for a second. I had to think. Or John Wick from John Wick. And he came on stage and said how you can customise your character with in-game choices. It looked like he was going to be there for quite a while, but he just sort of said, he said a few words, and then he just announced another trailer. And of course, by the time the trailer was done, he disappeared. He's like Kaiser Soze. He just disappears. Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077, that's out April the 16th, 2020. Then we had Spiritfarer, which is a 2D exploration game, which looks, kind of nice if it's your bag. It looks like one for the Zelda fans. Again, that's on Xbox Game Pass. They also had Battletoads on the Xbox Game Pass. I'm not fussed at all about that. It just, nothing to interest me whatsoever. The Legend of Wright, as in Matthew Wright, that idiot from The Right Stuff, who's no longer idiot. Who's no longer, well, he is still an idiot, but he's no longer doing the right stuff because he basically got fired, didn't he? Even though he said he left. That's an interesting game where you sort of control drawings on a page. Just looks incredibly bizarre, but it could work. That's out on Xbox One and PC, out in 2020. Then we had a load of indie games all on the Xbox Game Pass. And now sometimes, and especially as I found this with a lot of new retro games for like Spectrum and Spectrum Next, sometimes the indie games are more interesting than a lot of the mainstream big games that are coming out. After that came Sarah Bond from Xbox Partnerships, talking about the Game Pass, including how it's on PC from today, and I've already gone through the prices there. Some of the games, they're going to have 100 games by August. Where am I going to find the time for this? It's like I could have had I had an original TiVo back in the day. I could have had, more recently, I could have had a Virgin Media TiVo, and I could record. This was like 3 years ago, about 4 years ago. I could have had it. Maybe it records even more now, but at the time, it could record up to 6 things at once. 6 tuners. I could record 6 things at once. When the hell am I going to watch it all? So we have 100 games by August, and they include Imperator Rome, Football Manager 2019, Halo Reach, and the entire Master Chief Collection. But at the moment it's an open beta. Maybe that's why it's only £4 a month, because maybe it'll go down. I don't know. But it includes Tomb Raider. It includes Rise of the Tomb Raider, Metro Exodus, Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5 when that's out, Ark Survival Evolved, Prey, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, and Rise of the Tomb Raider, which I've already said. So they said there's going to be $10 on PC, or for $15. So I'm guessing that's going to be like about £12. You can have the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which also includes Xbox Live Gold on your Xbox One. So if you've got your PC and you've got your Xbox, so you've got both, then it'll give you, it'll give you everything everywhere basically. And obviously Xbox Live Gold will allow you to play games online, which, as I already said, multiplayer is not really for me. After that, Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not Flight Simulator 2019 or 2020, just Microsoft Flight Simulator. If that's your bag. Xbox One and PC for that one. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition on Xbox Game Pass, but that'll be PC only, from what I gathered with that one. Wasteland 3, which had a teaser, and basically, quite honestly, I'm not really sure what that one's about. Just watching that. That's Xbox One and PC and the Game Pass. Then we had the introduction of Double Fine Productions, who are now acquired by Xbox. They had a trailer for Psychonauts 2. I've never really played the original, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. I mean, to me it looks colourful, but it's not really sort of my sort of thing. If it's yours, then it's on Xbox One and PC and has the Game Pass there as well. Then we had Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, which has all 9 films in one game, with the 9th film obviously coming out this Christmas. And it's called Rise of Skywalker. I was going to say Rise of the Skywalker, like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Anyway, that's out in 2020 at some point on Xbox One and PC. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot or Kakarot. I've written it down. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but anyway, it's a new Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Z, whichever takes your fancy. That's out next year on Xbox One and PC. Then we had 12 Minutes, which was an interactive thriller about a man trapped in a time loop. That looked really good, actually. Reminded me of a film called, like a short film called 1201, which is, I think it only lasts about 20 minutes, half an hour, but it stars Kurtwood Smith, who was Clarence Boddicker in RoboCop, and he's been in loads of things. And it's the inspiration for Groundhog Day. It's a man reliving the same 59 minutes of his life over and over until he figures out how to escape it. That's a game by Annapurna Interactive, who normally make films. There's also Way to the Woods, which had gorgeous visuals and like sort of cute deers and things, a bit like Bambi. That's on Xbox Game Pass, and it says it's out in 2020 for real this time. So has it been announced before? And I've forgotten. I've probably forgotten. Then we had Gears 5, which had a teaser with a screaming woman with multiple personalities, a bit like my ex. That's out on September the 10th. There's a whole lot of information about that. I mean, quite honestly, I'm not fussed about Gears of War anymore. I played the first 3, and by then I'd basically had enough. I know I'm in the wrong. Loads of people like them, but there. But if you pre-order it, you can get the Terminator Dark Fate character pack, including the Skullhead Terminator at the start of Terminator 2. It'll be on Xbox One and PC. Actually, you can play it 4 days early if you get the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which also includes the Gears 5 Ultimate Edition. There's the Versus Multiplayer Tech Test on July 17th and the Horde mode on August 19th. They spent an awfully long time talking about this one, so I'm going to skip straight on. Because they had the trailer for a new Elite Wireless Series 2 controller with Bluetooth, which has lots of bells and whistles and all kinds of things, including a rechargeable battery inside. There's a first, which Sony have been doing for bloody years. I don't know what the price is. The Elite controller, they said you can pre-order it, but I couldn't even see it on the website. There's the original Elite wireless controller, which is on the Xbox website at the moment. Costs £120. You could buy the Google Stadia for that. Yeah, I don't think so. Then we had a trailer for Dying Light 2 with more zombies, but I played enough Dying Light in my time. I think that's out in spring 2020. Forza Horizon 4, which was not a new game, but they had the Lego movie characters in it. That's an expansion that's that's coming out this Thursday, or dropping in America. That's Thursday, June 13th. That's out this week. Gears Pop. So if you like Funko Pops, I couldn't care less, quite frankly. That's a mobile game, because everyone wants mobiles. What's the matter? You've all got mobile phones, haven't you? Ha! iOS and Android. Yeah. Wow. State of Decay 2 Heartland. That's a new expansion that's out now on Xbox Game Pass. And then came something which I am looking forward to. Something, finally. Well, no, there's a few things along the way there, obviously, but Fantasy... get my words out. Phantasy Star Online 2. Yes, now I love the Dreamcast original, but even if I could find my Dreamcast and hook it up, I've not got dial-up internet anymore, and I would imagine the servers have all stopped. I understand there's a way to still sort of play it online with PC, and I have looked that up, and I've been directed to the website, but I never got around to trying it. There's not enough hours in the day, quite frankly. But it says it'll have, it's from Sega, so it'll have online action combat with cross-play. There'll be all the content, all the bosses and epic battles, and it's all free to play. And a never-ending quest awaits you, so I think that's going to be a huge hit, quite frankly. Then we had Crossfire X. Someone said it's called Crossfire Kiss. I think they're having a laugh. Crossfire X, which just looks like, again, is like one of those sort of CGI trailers, so I didn't really tell you what showed you what the gameplay would be like. That would have first-person shooting. You can fly helicopters and drive tanks. That's the kind of thing it looks like. That's Xbox only. That's on the Game Pass as well. A new game which looks called Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise. It looks like Tales of Arise. I don't know. Someone's shouting at the camera now, telling me I'm wrong. That's from Bandai Namco. It looks very Final Fantasy style. So if that's your bag, that's for you. Then Borderlands: The Handsome Collection. That's out on September 13th on the Xbox Game Pass. Then a new big trailer for a new big game came out from George R.R. Martin, the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, which I've never seen. That was the Elden Ring, Elden, not to be confused with the actor Kevin Eldon, of course. That's from Software, the people behind Dark Souls, and that's out on Xbox One and PC. So that was 80 minutes in, and the Xbox One briefing was very, very much a longing. And what's his name? Phil Spencer came back on stage, and he talks about Xbox Cloud. And now the Project X Cloud, and you've got Project X Cloud, and you've got console streaming. This is actually quite interesting. So the console streaming turns the Xbox One into your own personal xCloud server. And so basically, they didn't go into any more sort of specific detail about how this will work, but it says from this October you can play games wherever you go with your own personal server. So is this going to be like a Google Stadia killer? No, because they killed it off themselves. Then they actually got to the new console itself. And, Xbox know they fell behind with the 8th generation against the PS4. So they're going at all guns blazing with everything they're throwing at this one. And they said that the games console should be optimised for playing games. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. It's based on the new machine's based on Zen 2 and Navi technology. I don't really know too much about that. Apparently Zen 2 is really, really new. The architecture is better than Zen, I understand, and I think Review Tech USA, Rich, said that they were going to be most likely going for, this is probably some time ago, he said they'd most likely be going for Zen because they'd have to write games to go with the architecture that's out now so they can get things ready for when the console comes out. So if they can actually get things for Zen 2, then that's all the better. He has probably since said that they're looking at Zen 2, and I'm just remembering stuff from ages ago when I saw an old vlog of his. But it'll be 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X. There'll be GDDR6 RAM, I think he said. 8K capability, if you've got an 8K TV. 100, well, it's future-proofing, I suppose. 120 frames per second gaming. Ray tracing, so will that kill off NVIDIA's RTX graphics cards? I've actually thought about getting a new PC with an RTX graphics card, so maybe by the time this comes out, because it's coming out in Christmas next year, by then there'll be actually a decent number of games to come out on it, because RTX came out, I think it's late last year, like November, and there's like nothing really that played on it, or that played on it well. So I think they're starting to get some games together for that, but I've not really looked into that. But then again, by next Christmas, maybe there'll actually be something worth having for it. And it's going to have an SSD, so it has faster load times, and they'll be using the SSD solid state drive. They'll be using that as virtual RAM for part of the time. And they said it'll generate more life to worlds and allow you to experience what the game designers originally wanted. Don't they say that every generation? Anyway, so the name's going to be Project Scarlett, Scarlett with 2 T's. That's out Christmas next year. Now, is that going to be the actual name, or is that just like a code name for the meantime? Because you always have Xbox in the name. If you had Xbox Project Scarlett, that's a bit of a bloody mouthful. But if it's just Project Scarlett and you abbreviate it, it's PS, as in PlayStation. So it can't really be called Project Scarlett. They're going to change the name for sure. At the same time, though, there'll be Halo Infinite, which is not sort of my sort of thing anymore. Again, I sort of played the first 3 games, and that was enough for me. But I know I'm in the wrong. Loads of people love it. But back to the console, how much will it cost? They didn't say. The Xbox One X was £450 when it came out. This could even be £500. There's a lot of power packed into it, and quite frankly, it'd be worth it as like sort of a mini powerful PC. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's obviously bound to be more announcements in the meantime. But what happened to their mid-range console? Because they said they were going to have. They're originally looking at having 3 consoles out at the same time. There was the most powerful one, a mid-range one which we've heard nothing about, and then the one without a disc drive. The Xbox One S All Digital Edition, or Xbox One SAD. Or, people say that, but I think if it's Xbox One S All Digital Edition, that's Xbox One Sade. Smooth operator. Yeah, maybe they're smooth operators. I'm pausing so you can laugh and clap, and yeah, I think you've clapped enough now. You've given me the clap enough. That's enough. So for what was lasting just over 90 minutes, that's basically an Xbox E3, I'm going to get this wrong, it's way too late, an Xbox E3 press briefing that's a longing. I made that joke earlier, so in case you missed it, that's a repeat. But it's whatever you think of it, it certainly pissed on EA's E3 thingy, because that was like 3 hours long and just didn't really do very much whatsoever, except tell us about a load of old games, apart from the Star Wars one, of course, which is why I made a vlog about it. So, and obviously here we had Star Wars again, just very brief, which is really all you need. It was nice to see, was it 10-15 minutes of gameplay, but it's just, after the whole EA thing just was just way too bloody long. But anyway, out of everything that we've seen tonight, I'm most looking forward to the Xbox Game Pass, if they can keep it down. Well, if they kept it, if it was like sort of £5 a month max, that'd be all right. Or maybe if they did it for like £50 a year, that'd be all right. I'm not fussed about the online gaming, although obviously with the PC you get online gaming anyway. But I'm still not fussed about it. But as I say, it's £4 a month at the moment, although the first month is going to be £1. So definitely I'll check that out. But as for the games, which game has got you most hyped out of everything we've seen? And what do you think about the console? I can't wait to hear about more information about that, especially obviously the price and actual proper look at what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. We didn't see any of that. We sort of saw bits and pieces of how it looks on the inside. The console on the inside isn't particularly sexy. You want to see what it looks like on the outside. Anyway, in the meantime, please like this video and share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already, and click on the little bell to get all the notifications. And cue Genesis.